Hey everyone, my people, my soul tribe, my family. It's your girl, the Queen of Pentacles 1111, and I'm back for another pick a card reading. The topic for today is just simply a message from Spirit for the rest of your 2020 year. If you're interested, keep watching. Peace, family. While I shuffle the cards for our reading, here's a little disclaimer from the Queen of Pentacles 1111 herself. And that disclaimer goes out to all you negative Nellies out there who love to spread hate and who love to spread confusion down in the comment section. Now's your time to make your exit. Because I don't play that. I am too loyal and I am too protective of my group of like-minded souls who choose to tune in with me on this day. I am very appreciative of them, and I consider this our safe haven. So from the Queen of Pentacles 1111 to you, don't waste your time. But for my real ones, you know who you are out there, and you know I've got your back. So come through, come vibe with me, and let's lift this veil together. I'll see you on the other side. For those of you who are new to Tarot Pick a Card readings, here are a few pointers for you when choosing your piles. It's best to close your eyes, try and clear your mind, take a deep breath, open your eyes, and let your intuition be your guide. Choose whatever pile resonates with you, and the timestamps will be in the description box below. We'll see you for your reading. Okay, for those of you who chose group number 1, you chose this bundle here. Group number 1. This is, can you see it? This is Black Sage, aka Mugwort. Black Sage is used for divination, path working, and dream work. It's a good cleanser, it purifies. It's a popular smudge used by those who want to seek spiritual journeys or visions. Mugwort is a wonderful tool for clearing before your third eye chakra meditations. So it's a good one to burn before you do your meditations. All right, so that's Black Sage, and that was your choice for group number 1. So the topic today is, what message does Spirit have for you from now until the end of 2020? I know quite a few of you will be happy to see the back of 2020, and I can't say I disagree with you because it's been quite a year. All right, so let's get down to the reading. You know my style. I start with the tarot cards first, and then I move on to the oracles. All right, so let's go. All right, we've got the 3 of Wands. Let's get down to business. We've got the Hermit. This is kind of a gold one, so maybe you can't see it. I think maybe you can see it. There's the Hermit. We've got the 4 of Cups. All right. And we've got the Knight of Wands. All right, so from what I can see from the get-go is that there's something here, and I mean, this is not hard to believe, but there's something going on in your life emotionally that brings you stress or makes you unhappy, malcontent, that type of thing that you want to change. Now, some people can say it has to do with your perspective, because you could be looking at what's going wrong in your life when really and truly you have a lot to be grateful for. I think that's a lot of people's situation. We have so much to be grateful for, and most of the time we concentrate on what we need to improve, but and how much better things could be if we had X, Y, and Z. But that's the first thing that strikes me here, is there's something in your life, emotionally speaking, I would say, that makes you unhappy. It gives you stress, gives you anxiety, makes you feel depressed, gives you any negative feeling that you don't want anymore. Okay, that being said, that could be just about anything, and that could be, in this day and age, just about anyone. That being said, to get to this, which is the 3 of Wands, you being able to look out into your future and see what you've accomplished. You see how he has his wands planted firmly into the ground, and it's like he's almost looking out at what he's accomplished, or he's looking out at his horizons, what he wants to achieve. To get to this, you need to do this, which is become hermit-like, stay at home, maybe even be alone, get that solitude going. I mean, I'm not talking about all the time. You don't have to cut your friends off and not go out, but that solitude gives you a chance to actually think, to clear your head, decompress, cut out some of the noise. And when we say go into hermit mode, I mean like not being by yourself so you can go and look on Instagram. I'm talking about be by yourself so you can put those noisy things aside, get rid of the static, and just sit and listen. Listen to what you have to say to yourself, what the spirit world has to say to yourself, the universe, the energies, whoever it is you resonate with. You will hear something if you give yourself a chance. So being able to make yourself feel more content with your life and what you're experiencing right now, the feelings of unease, unhappiness, and just not being happy with what you have. I mean, you're entitled to feel that way, whether you have so many blessings. It's crazy. You're still entitled to feel like, okay, something in your life is still not sitting right with you. And we shouldn't judge anybody for that. Yes, we should be grateful for what we have, but also it's up to us to decide if we want to change something that's not vibing with us. That's our right. So you need to do this here. Check this out. We got the Knight of Wands. It says, I make decisions without pressure. Ooh, there you can see it. There. I make decisions without pressure. So that shows that you need to, there's a lot of fire energy here because I'm seeing a lot of wands going on. So you need to bring forth that passion, that fire, that energy. Make decisions that are going to sit well with you and benefit you in the future. So when you do look out on your horizons or what you have accomplished or what you want to accomplish, that negative feeling has been dealt with. Those anxieties, those worries, all of those inhibitions, insecurities, all of that stuff has been already dealt with. So when you're ready to achieve what it is you have to achieve for 2021, all of that shadow work, all the negativity, anything that could hinder your progress with whatever it is you want to achieve in 2021 has already been dealt with. And it's been dealt with through a little bit of solitude, a little bit of reflection, maybe things like meditation might help, just kind of going within to later on be able to produce and be more outward with yourself because you'll be more settled and feel more secure. So that's what I'm getting from the tarot for you. You have to actually sit quietly to be able to clear your mind, deal with anything that's making you unhappy, to be able to get what you want in 2021. And it's showing that it is possible. The Three of Wands right here shows, yes, this is possible. You can have whatever it is you want in 2021. You just got to do a little bit of back work. All right, moving on to the Oracle. I don't want to hold you too long, so I'm just going to go through these. This says abracadabra with wings. Fantastic, good fortune, and lucky chances. There you go. So keep up the work. Keep up the good work. The God work, the soul work, all of that stuff, the shadow work, the inner work. Keep all of that good stuff up. And then when 2021 comes, you'll have good fortune. You'll have the lucky chances. More abundance will come your way. More opportunities will come your way because you'll be more open to receive them. You won't have all that extra stuff and fog going on in your head to block your blessings in a sense. You also have here magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. There you go. The only way you can step forward and become like the Three of Wands, where you could sit and look at what you want to achieve, or turn back and look at all you have achieved, you can only do that by first clearing out all of the garbage, anything that you're dealing with that makes you very uncomfortable, and only you know what it is. I mean, nobody can come and tell you what you need to fix in your life. No one can come and tell you what you're doing wrong. You know what's bringing you anxiety or sleepless nights, insomnia, that kind of stuff. You know, so it's only you who could fix it, and you can get help by from other people to fix it. Doesn't mean you have to do it all on your own, but only you can say what is troubling you. Oh, and this card says you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. So here, this card says you're not alone, which is the truth. My goodness. And these times that we're living in, 2020 has been a rough year for a lot of people. So you are not alone if you feel uneasy, depressed, anxious, any of those things. You are definitely not alone. There are a lot of people who hold your same sentiment and are looking for ways to kind of bring themselves some kind of ease. And you need to understand, here it says isolation. You don't need to necessarily go into isolation, but you need to kind of fall back and look at you and examine yourself, reflect, figure out what it is you want to make better in your life so that in your future you won't have to deal with all of this static. Wait, oh boy, we have here self-love. You realize that love of self is necessary to love another. There you go. You have to love yourself enough to be able to take some time to sit back, reflect, fix things that need to be fixed, tweak things that need to be tweaked. And you can do that by meditating, having a spa day, that kind of stuff, staying home, listening to your favorite music, cooking a meal, those types of things that kind of get you back to basic where you're not doing too much stuff that's more of a distraction. More things, you should be concentrating on things that have to do with self first. Meditation, any of those things will help you kind of clear anything that's going on emotionally or even mentally to help you later on down the road. Look at this. We have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. When I think of Capricorn, I think of hard work. So the end of a tough cycle approaches. So there you go. 2021 is not too far away. We only have a couple of months. So you put in that work right now. You put in that hard work. You go into full-on hermit mode and figure out how you can better yourself. By 2021, that tough cycle of feeling uneasy and working on it and examining yourself, that's hard work. That will come to an end, and 2021 will be a more peaceful, easy year for you, and hopefully for all of us. All right. We also have here meditation for creativity. I just said meditation. Meditation is the best way to go about, for you, it seems in these cards, it is the best way for you to go about dealing with your stresses, your anxieties, pent up energy that can maybe give you some sleepless nights or make you kind of jittery. Meditation will help quiet that, make you more still, bring you, peaceful nights, and just get you back in touch with yourself. Wow, these cards are really... All right, spiritual abundance. It says, thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. There you go. So not only will the abundance, after you do the work, the soul work, not only will the abundance for 2021 be material, it will also be spiritual. So when you do things like you study, you practice meditation, or you even go to a psychologist, you speak to somebody, anything to kind of enrich yourself, enrich your soul, you have to become abundant. You have to. It has to work in your favor. As long as you're pouring positivity into yourself, then you must have a positive and more bright future than, the life you're living now. So the spirit world, whoever it is you resonate with, the universe, the creator, the angels, God, doesn't matter. They are telling you that spiritual abundance is what will come if you put in the hard work. You put in the hard work in 2020, in 2021, that spiritual abundance will be there for you on a silver platter. So it will put some of that burden, some headaches, some worries to rest. And we have the second to last card is you're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. There you go. So they're showing that it's not that hard. It's not that hard because all you have to do is get in touch with self. It's not like you have to go out and buy all these books. You can if you want to, but you can also just start with self. Just cutting off some maybe people or behaviors that you used to do that would kind of distract you from how you're feeling. Just put those things to the side Sit down and be there with yourself. It sounds easy. I know it's easier said than done, but it's a good starting place. Self-esteem. That's the guardian angel, Michael. There you go. So your self-esteem. If you work on these things, this goes back to the self-love here that we were talking about. Self-love, self-esteem, having a spa day, going to get your manicure, pedicure. This is men and women I'm talking about, okay? Anything to kind of pamper yourself, boost your self-esteem, show yourself that love, boost your feelings of self-worth. That already brings a lot of ease. That already takes away a lot of the headaches and the worries and the anxieties that we might have. Going into hermit mode sounds really harsh and it sounds really lonely, but really and truly it's not. It's called self-preservation. You're doing this to preserve your sanity, to preserve your mental health, to preserve your physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, like the list goes on and on. Sometimes that needs to happen to get rid of the clutter, to bring in new things. So guys, that's your reading. I don't want to drag it on too long because I think it's gone on pretty long already, but from what I see here, just to sum everything up, the spirit world is telling you that you need to kind of just slow down and to get rid of that anxiety or any heavy feelings, look within, try and better yourself, do the work, the inside work, the shadow work, to take care of yourself from the inside out, to make space for the abundance that will definitely come to you in 2021. You can do it. They're cheering you on. So all the best. Take care. All right, now, for those of you who chose group 2, you chose this little bundle here. This is white sage. White sage is used for clearing negativity inside and outside of ourselves, from our house, our rooms, our offices, or any other type of structure or object. So I use white sage to cleanse my decks when before I shuffle them. It's also used to clear our auras, so you can do it all around yourself as well. Okay, so you know my style. Those of you who've watched a couple of my videos, you know I deal with tarot first, oracle second. All right, let's see what the spirit world has to say to you for the rest of the year 2020 to make your 2021 much better. Okay? All right, first card we have here. Look at this start. Ace of Pentacles. We also have the Seven of Cups. This is a golden kind of card, so I don't know if you can see it. It's the Seven of Cups, but I will explain it. The Ten of Cups. Ooh, things are getting better. And the Three of Swords. All right. Once again. All right, so it's the same type of thing with the last pile. Things start off really rocky. From my understanding, what I gather is that the rocky part is 2020, the year 2020, when things are kind of off kilter. We're not really sure. Things are hanging in the balance. We kind of feel like we're in limbo. Some people don't have jobs. Some people don't have money. Everything is a struggle. My word. So the Three of Swords tells me exactly that. So the other group that we had was dealing with issues, emotional issues. This group seems like it's dealing with issues of the heart. And that's okay. That's just another struggle that we've all had to deal with in this 2020 for many different reasons. Not being able to see our family members. Oh my goodness, where do we start? So yes, that is a fact. Issues of the heart, not being able to see our loved ones has been very, very tough for many people for many different reasons in 2020. However, as I look at these cards here, I see that choices are huge. To make our 2021 a lot better, group 2. Oh, this card is not showing up. Choices have a lot to do with how we're going to spend our 2021. Do you choose to keep doing the same behaviors that maybe cause some of the heartache that you're going through? How can you look at things from a different perspective to kind of change those feelings? the first and best thing to do is look within, look at yourself, see if there's anything you can change to better your relationships. Like, instead of, yes, we couldn't see our family members in 2021. A lot of us, we had to stay away. Instead of being upset and seeing it as a negative thing that can't be changed, well, then what did we do? We FaceTimed each other. We Skyped each other. We had Zoom parties, all these wonderful things, birthday parties. We would, drive by and people would stay in their house and we would just wave. Like, we came up with so many different ways to improve our feelings of heartache. Like, some people, in some situations, it's just heart-wrenching. You couldn't see some family members who were in the hospital. I feel like everybody had issues with those feelings, those heart-wrenching stories that you even just hear about. But the best thing to do is, there's always a way, if we change our perspective, that we could kind of better our situation. And I'm not making light of what happened in 2020 or what a lot of people had to go through in the least. But I'm just saying, if we try and tweak the way we look at things, I believe that perspective is everything. And yes, our hearts were bleeding in many different ways for many different reasons throughout the past couple of months. But let's think about the choices that we make, that we can kind of fix things and not make 2021 as difficult, because this could still go on into 2021. So what are we going to do to make things a little bit easier on ourselves, easier on those around us? We're a little bit more prepared now. We know what to expect. So we can figure out what choices we can make to kind of ease our own hearts. And people got so creative with the things they did. It was really heartwarming to see. And if we continue to do that, yes, no matter what the situation is throughout the world, things will be better and look up for our 2021. That is what the spirit world wants us to know, because we have here the Ace of Pentacles and we have here the Ten of Cups. All right, Ten of Cups emotionally tells us, look, you have family around, you have a baby, like, this is completion. Any 10 signifies completion. So that means, like, you've kind of reached the pinnacle, you figured it out, you got the equation, you figured out how to feel full and feel like, okay, you know how to handle X, Y, and Z. You can never foresee exactly what's going to happen. Yes, we know that. But you can kind of figure out how you yourself can better cope with situations to protect the old ticker, And the funny thing is, I see, for some of you, I see a child. A child either being born or somebody getting pregnant, some people getting pregnant or adopting. I just see new life coming into the family and bringing so much happiness and making that heart even more full than it was before. I see that for 2021. And even if it's not a child, I see new situations coming in, a new job, a new idea, a new project, a new hobby, something new that's going to come in and is going to fill you up and make your heart not feel so empty inside. Let's move on to the Oracle deck. We have healing, true healing of the mind, body, and soul. There you go. So we got to figure out how we can heal ourselves so that we, in 2021, we can embrace all the new changes that will come. Heal yourself, heal your heart, your broken heart, your wounded heart. And in 2021, things will look much brighter. Discernment. You are developing the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. There you go. So even though sometimes in this year things seemed a little bit hopeless, we didn't know what we were going to do, how we would handle this situation. I know I'm included in that. But then people start to prove to us that you can turn a negative situation into a positive. Yes, the fear is there, but we could also see that there's a lot of illusion when it comes to fear too. And we can get hyped up and caught up in it. But if we sit and look at things properly, we can see that maybe we should calm down a little bit. Maybe it's not as bad as we thought. And it'll be easier to handle whatever situation comes, because at this point it could be just about anything. All right, this one says your life is a canvas, artist manifestation, creative accountability. Your life is a canvas. There you go. It's perspective. You make it whatever you want. And this is what the spirit world is trying to, I can feel that message being pushed out there. You are the one who is going to make it whatever you want. You have the ability to make your 2021 be a much better one than 2020. There are certain things that are out of our control that we will not be able to control in 2020 nor in 2021. Fine, we know that. But the things that you can control, they say life is your canvas. You paint it how you want to see it. And you have the power to do that, which is amazing. This card says wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. There you go. You are wise beyond your years, so that means you know what you have to do. You know what you can do. You know what's important. So if it's your family, if it's your work, if it's being able to provide for your children, if it's just how you feel inside, those are important things to you. You are wise enough. You know exactly what it is you have to do. You know what choices you have to make your life better, to make your heart feel full. There you go. This card says a personal issue reaches resolution. So it could also be a relationship. We didn't really talk too much about relationships, but if you're having a rough time with a relationship, with a spouse, with a significant other, or even just a friendship, then it says here a personal issue reaches resolution. So they don't say whether it's a ending or if you're going to still stay in that situation or what, but that's the beauty of it all. You make it what you want it to be. Hence the 7 of Cups. We go back to this. Choices, choices, choices. You make it what you want to be. This says affirmation for positive change. There you go. So you have to make the change. You have to be the one to heal your own heart. That is what Spirit is telling you. If you want to have a good 2021, absolutely you will. But you have to be the one to make the change. You have to be the one to call the shots and make this choice and say, no, this is good for me. No, that's bad for me. I remember I did that 2 months ago. It did not work. I felt miserable. Okay, I won't do that again. If you can do that and have discernment, like this card says right here, your 2021 will be an amazing one. This says focus your mind. Thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. There you go. You only know what your priorities are. Everybody has different priorities. You know, people consider money their priority. Some people consider family. Some people say your health is your wealth. It depends on the person. It depends on your mindset. You know what your priorities are. You need to focus your mind, figure out what works with you, what doesn't work with you, and what you want for yourself in 2021. Figure it out. Heal yourself. Start with the old heart there and get things out of your life that maybe relationships that don't necessarily work. Pick and choose wisely. Use your discernment, and your 2021 will be a better year. This says, all right, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? All right, so I think we know we're talking about basically relationships now. Matters of the heart. So set the boundaries, please. Do not let people treat you like a doormat. Maybe they played on your fears or your vulnerable moments during this year because of everything that was going on. I think we were all vulnerable at some point in time. Do not let that continue and carry over into 2021, please. You need to set boundaries and tell people, no, you were not doing this. You did that already. I didn't like it. It hurt my heart. It needs to stop. That is something you need to figure out and figure it out fast. Because if you don't, your following year, 2021, will be just like this one. Full of heartache, full of pain, sadness, maybe depression. Put boundaries and tell people what you will and will not stand for, or else they will walk all over you. And I think we all know that. There, oh my God, this is so perfect. Decisions, higher self. So we look at like I've been saying, choices, decisions. We look at the 7 of Cups and we look at this card, decisions. You have to make the right decisions for yourself. And you can see in the card, there's a little person in the middle who's being pulled from side to side. You you are that person right now. That's why the heart is hurting. You need to set boundaries and cut those two people off and say, nope, these are my decisions. You stay there. You either like it or you leave. The cards like wisdom, all of these cards are affirmation for positive change, discernment. All of these types of stuff are saying that your happiness depends on you and what you do. You are capable and you will have a wonderful 2021, but you just need to make some wise choices, set some boundaries, and heal yourself. All right? You deserve it. All the best to you. That was group number 2. I hope this reading resonated with you in some way, shape, or form. If it didn't, maybe it will later on. Just keep this information up in the computer, and I will see you in the next reading. Okay, thank you for tuning in. It's much appreciated. Bye. All right, everyone. For those of you who chose group number 3, you chose this little bundle here. Oops. This is called Shasta Sage or Blue Sage. It's also known as Desert Sage. It's from Mount Shasta in Northern California. So it's burned for like rituals, cleansing, purification. It has more of like a feminine energy to it, and it's kind of airy and lighter, has a lighter fragrance. It's used for cleansing the home and the body and clearing away negative and bad emotional energy. So it's not as strong and as pungent, as forceful as the black sage or the white sage. So it's a sage, sage that I like to use when I just want to do something, but I don't want to do the most. You know what I mean? So it's a good one. It's a good one, though. You would like it. All right. Let's get on to our reading. You all know how I do my thing. We start with the tarot cards first, and we go from there. So this reading is about what the spirit world has to say to you between now and the end of the year to kick off your 2021 on a more positive note. All right, let's see what we got. Hello. The 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles, can you see that? 10 of Pentacles is a beautiful card. A beautiful card. A great way to start your reading. There we go. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Can you see that? That's another beautiful card. I like that card a lot. You have the Empress. Yes, the Empress. Can you see? All right. And we also have the King of Swords. I trust my ability to make a strategic decision. All right. Well, all right. So from what I see here, I'm just looking at the cards, looking them over. From what I see here, Spirit World is trying to tell you to lead with love. In this day and age, honestly, nowadays, love is very rare. I'm talking about genuine love, not selfish love, not conditional love, not fake love for the gram and all this nonsense. I'm talking about genuine, unconditional love between anybody, and even for the self. That is such a rarity nowadays. So what Spirit is trying to say is get back to that nurturing. Let's get back to that nurturing nature. Let's let the Empress lead the way now. We've had a lot of that hardcore masculine energy leading the way for some time, and I'm sure it will continue that way for a while. But as people amongst us, we can start to lead with a little bit of the more fluid, nurturing, loving, feminine energy. Now, when I say feminine energy, it doesn't have to be a woman that we're talking about. It could be a man too. We both have feminine and negative, we both have feminine and masculine energies. We all have feminine and masculine energies within us. So now maybe it's time to kind of open up to our feminine energy and lead with love. It's funny to see because you have the Empress here, which talks about like nurturing and love and all those wonderful things. You think of mothers and children, or fathers and children. Let me say parents and children. And then you have here the King of Swords. It says, I trust my ability to make a strategic decision. For me, when I see like opposing energies like that, like the soft Empress and then the more strategic, cut and dry, I trust my ability to make strategic decisions with a sword, that means balance to me. So, because we do have both energies within us. So I think what the spirit world is trying to say to us, judging by these cards, is that balance is very important. Yes, balance, it's so underrated. People just kind of throw that aside like it sounds like a good thing to say. Balance, oh yes, balance. You're very balanced in your energy, but it is a real thing. You don't want to lead too much with your feminine energy. You don't want to lead too much with your negative energy. You want to take the middle path. That is very, very important. When you do that, if you work on that in the rest of your 2020, balancing your energies, if you feel like you lean towards more of your masculine side, I'm talking energy wise, then maybe balance it off with doing something or exploring more of your nurturing, more feminine side. Personally speaking, I am very much full of masculine energy as a woman. I have 3 children, so that balances out my masculine energy and made me become more nurturing, a more nurturing, loving, gentle person who flows and doesn't expect things to go as I expect it all the time. I have to be flexible. I have to flow like water because of my children. So that's balance. So what the spirit world is saying, once you are able to kind of find that wonderful divine balance between your masculine and your feminine side, bam, you have the 7 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. That means abundance. That means happiness. That means success. That means your family being around you. That means fulfillment. That means you looking at all of your hard work and saying, man, look at what I did. Okay, what next? I've, reaped everything that I've been sowing since 2020. What next? Let me figure out what else I can do. All right? That's what's going to happen. You need to balance and not too much work, not too much home, that kind of thing. Not too much hyper partying, not too much staying at home by yourself. You need to find that middle path. And once you do, everything will start to come together and make sense in your favor. We have this. Oh, yes. On target. Follow your ideal life path. Beautiful. Follow your ideal life path. Your ideal life path will be you being more balanced. And once you follow your ideal life path, you can only succeed. It's only up from there, and you can find your way to your 10 of Pentacles. As you can see, things get better. Maybe even at the beginning of 2021, you're still working, but you're still reaping some of the benefits of all your hard work. But eventually, by the end of 2021, look at that. You will reach your pinnacle. You will have everything you want. You just got to do the work. All right, what else do we have? Which is hard work, by the way, but it's good work. All right, so we have water magic. Didn't I just say that? Oh my goodness. Okay, water magic. So we have to be more flowing. That's what the Empress is telling us. Love, nurturing, all those wonderful types of feelings are very flowy and soft and liquid. And like if you think of a river, you think about the strength of water. Water is so strong and can be so destructive, but it also gives life. And it can also bring peace. So yes, remain strong, but bring out some of that loving energy, that soft, gentle energy that brings forth new life for you, for your new year to come. And it will even bring new life into your relationships, new life into your work life, everything. You'll even look better, you'll feel better. When you become more balanced, things just feel right. And then things start going right. Look at this. Take time to breathe. Thank you, angels. I breathe with ease, knowing you're here. And check the background. She's on a beach. What do you see there? Water. All right, so there you go. Water is a theme here. So maybe a way to balance your energy is to go around water and to a lake, a large body of water, or even have a shower that can you can meditate and kind of get rid of all the stresses and the anxiety and the tension, let it flow down the drain, and that will help you balance yourself a little bit better. What else? Protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Even here, I see the water. That is a huge theme here. The spirit world is trying to tell you something about water and how important it is to you to get back into your true self, your balanced self, with the help of a loving attitude, as we can see here from the Empress. I mean, shoot, that looks so nice. All you have to do is kind of not be so rigid about things, not so black and white, and understand that not everything is black and white. Sometimes there is that little gray area in there that needs to be nurtured as well. All right, let's see. We got deceit, guardian angels. Ooh-wee. Deceit. All right, so part of that love and that feminine energy is also minding who you keep in your company, who is in your circle, who are your friends, who are you married to, who do you watch on YouTube, what music do you listen to, things that can deceive your mind into thinking that this is the way you should be doing it, this is what's good for you, I'm your friend, but really I'm not your friend, I'm stabbing you in the back. Though that goes into it too. You have to actually look within, look around you, and make proper decisions. You can only give out love when you surround yourself with love. You have to become love. And if you have negative people and situations around you that are deceiving you and maybe loving you with conditions or telling you that this is the certain type of love that you should have when it's really hurting you, you need to get rid of that, because you will never attain this kind of success and abundance and fulfillment when you have that negativity around you. There's something about water. I don't know. Just the water keeps coming back at me. I'm seeing like either you, I don't know, if you live by a body of water, go and spend some time out there, safely, of course. But there's something about water that the spirit wants you to understand or to think about, keep in your mind. This is satisfaction. You let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. Thank you. I was just saying that. You can't let other people tell you what love is. You know what love is. You know that love feels good. So if there's any negativity around you or any negative people who are trying to make you believe that their version of love is the right version, well, you know what you need to do. Cut them out. You don't need that in your life. This is where you need to be true to yourself and you need to be a no-nonsense type of person. Let the masculine logical energy come in at that point to cut those people out so you can let the feminine energy in. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. I literally just said that. Anything that is unaligned with your definition of what love is, I'm talking about true, genuine love, it needs to go. Point blank, period. There's no other way to say it. Love feels good. Love doesn't hurt. Simple. No other way to put it. If it hurts, get rid of it. This says flourish. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on unclear areas of your life or those of others. All right, so that's a beautiful message, absolutely, but we're talking about what I see here is the lotus flower. Where do lotus flowers come from? Water. So once again, that water theme is coming about. So either, and it's not a negative thing about water, because every card here that has water, the person is at ease, the person is relaxing, the person is happy, they're taking a breath. So I think that just goes back to either they're saying you need to go around water to kind of relax yourself and get back in touch with who you are, to balance yourself, to ground yourself. Maybe that's what the spirit world is telling you, but I think they also can be telling you, like I said earlier, be fluid and flowy like water. That's what love is. Love is not harsh. Love doesn't have rules and regulations. Love is about sometimes compromise, crying together, being vulnerable. That is love. Okay, as uncomfortable as that makes us sometimes, that is love. All right, and the last card is the best way to sum up this reading is, okay, let me just tell you. The message that the spirit world has for you is it's time to take action. All right? And it's Aries energy, new moon in Aries. Grab that ram by the horns and decide what you want for yourself. Do you want to have your 10 of Pentacles, your abundance, your completion, your fulfillment, all of those wonderful things? Yes, you do. Well, then you need balance. You need to balance yourself. You need to cut out anything that is not aligned with you at this point in time, not aligned with your heart. You need to start being able to lead with love and be more open to receiving love, not only just giving love, but receiving love. And if you do that work now, getting around water, the spirit world definitely wants you to do something about water. I would say take a trip now, but I don't know what's going on in the world situation. But water is of maybe drink more water. I don't know. Something to do with water can ground you and balance you. I'm seeing to help you become more like this Empress here, to help bring more love into your world and in turn bringing more love into our world. And God knows we need it. So lead with your heart. You know what feels right. You are all in my thoughts. And if you stick to that plan from Spirit, your 2021 will be a lot easier than your 2020. Thank you for listening. I hope something resonated with you. Peace and blessings.